Did you know that there are over 100 SIM card in Australia? So which one do you choose? Today I'm going to break down how the networks work over here so that you know what to look for and you can decide what you need and make the best choice for yourself. In Australia we use three networks. We have the 3G network, the 4G network and the 5G network. And these three networks are owned by three companies: Telstra, Optus and Vodafone. So these are the three companies. They are the owners of the mobile networks in Australia. Now these companies build the networks, they manage the networks, they maintain the networks. If there's a problem, they send their techies, their technicians out to go and fix the problem. They do all of this. So they have pretty high overheads. Now you can buy SIM cards and data plans and phones from these owners. They do offer all of these services. But what they also offer is they sell access to their networks to other companies. They sell them wholesale, they give access to other companies. These companies buy the service at wholesale prices. They rebrand these services and then they sell it on to the public. So we have the owners who sell to the operators who operate in the mobile space. Now the operators are many, so I'm going to name a few: Aldi, Coles, Kogan, Woolworths, Australia Post, Spintel. There's a lot of them. These are the operators. They're operating in the mobile network space. You might also hear them referred to as MVNOs. An MVNO is simply Mobile Virtual Network Operator. It means they don't own the network, they buy network usage or network access from the owners and then they sell them to the public. So now you can buy a Telstra, a Vodafone or an Optus SIM card. But you can also buy a Coles SIM card, an Aldi SIM card, a Kogan SIM card, an Australia Post SIM card. And when you are buying something from the operator, you are getting access to the network or the owner-operated network that they have an agreement with. So if you buy one from Coles and their agreement is with Telstra, then you are getting access to the Telstra network. And if you buy one from Woolworths and their agreement is with Optus, I'm just making up the agreements now, I'm not sure who's with who, but then you are getting access to the Optus network. Why is this important? It's important because not all of the owners operate in all areas of Australia. So Telstra has better coverage in certain areas, Optus has better coverage in other areas, and Vodafone as well. The big cities and the big cities and the very highly populated areas usually have coverage of all three networks. But if you're going to be living in the suburbs or rural areas, then you really do want to check which network has coverage in the area or has the best coverage in your area, and make sure that you buy a SIM card that covers that area. So if you are coming with a partner or a family member, you might want to buy two different SIM cards and see which one has the best coverage. Or if you're going traveling, then you'll have a better chance of always having coverage because you've got two different networks that are covering the area and one phone should always work. So another thing that needs to be considered is that buying directly from one of the big owners is usually more expensive than buying data or SIM cards from the operators in the space. And this is because the owners have higher costs to maintain the network, build the network and all that. And this filters down into the costs of their services. Whereas the operators who are buying at wholesale prices, most of them already have support systems built into place, and if there's a problem they just phone the owner and say, there's a problem in this area, we need you to go and fix it. So the operators are usually cheaper than the owners. And a third consideration for this is if you are using your own phone or if you're buying a phone in Australia, either a brand new phone or a refurbished phone, or a phone from someone on Facebook Marketplace or wherever, you want to check if that phone is locked to a network. If that phone is locked to a specific network, it means that you can only buy a SIM card from the owner, that owner of the network, or from one of the brands that use that network. I hope that all makes sense. I'll make a simple suggestion. Get yourself the same SIM card that I bought when I arrived here. I got the Optus Flex. It cost about $180, but they do have specials on, I see, for about $150. They get 100 or 120 gigs of data. It lasts for 365 days, unlimited national calls and text messages. And when you come to the end of your 365 days, they SMS you a code or a link, and you can actually get a discount if you want to renew for another year. I did this for several years. It was really the easiest and cheapest way or SIM card I could find without signing up for a contract. I did bring my own phone. I did use my own phone for the contract, but that's my quick and easy suggestion.